Hello, folks. We have a great episode with Gianmarco Soresi coming up. He's got a special out right now called Thief of Joy on YouTube. Check it out. And also, check us out live on the road. Me and Eldis are hitting the road in November. Memphis, Huntsville. We have some sold-out stuff already in Tennessee. I'm sorry, you should have acted faster. We have Greensboro, North Carolina. We have Myrtle Beach. And then, of course, Austin, Texas, and Boston at the Wilbur. We've already sold out a couple of shows in Boston. Fourth show is on sale now. Second show in Austin, and that's going fast. We might have to add a third. Get your tickets now. We actually probably won't add a third, so get your tickets now if you want to see us. I don't actually... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just buy the tickets. Let's sell it out. Maybe we add a third. Maybe we don't. I'm trying to be in New York, for Christ's sake. I got this nice apartment. I want to actually enjoy New York in the fall. Buy your tickets and enjoy this episode with Gianmarco. Opa! Welcome, everybody, to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve your problems. We have on the couch Gianmarco Soresi.
Hello.
How we doing, buddy?
I'm good. I went to Santorini this summer.
Oh, nice.
So seeing these blues is a nice
takes
reminder.
You back.
Yeah.
How was your trip?
Oh, it was astounding.
Yeah.
Because there must be, legally, you can only paint your house certain colors.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, as an American, like, I'd be like, I want to paint mine pink.
Yeah.
But then you see it and you go like, okay.
Oh, it's nice to have some community standards.
Yeah.
As long as it's not some bullshit. Like, here it's like, in, Ohio, they're like, oh, sorry, the trim has to be red and the outside has to be tan.
Yes.
It's like, just like, home owners associations.
Yeah.
It's like sexless people with just a little power. Everyone wants power. In Santorini, it's like, look, we got to make this shit look good. So
I think it's part of the greater whole. It's like every house has to look exactly like this.
Yeah.
Santorini is like, we're trying to create a picture here.
And it looks good.
Be a part
picture
of that
looks
picture.
Good.
Beautiful.
You went, I'm guessing, with your girlfriend, or what was it?
Yes, I did shows in Athens, and then Santorini was the vacation.
Nice.
And it was, Had you
ever been
food.
to Greece?
No, I'd never been to Greece.
It's the best, dude.
It's the best.
I'm so spoiled of, we're all European boys. We all went on European trips. Eldis, I was working. Eldis, my tour manager and producer,
Nice.
happened to go on a 3-week vacation the exact time I was working. I didn't know. I had no tour manager. I had no nothing. He was on the continent enjoying himself while I was
working
funding the operation.
You're on stage, you see through a window, he's on the beach, just laying back.
To his credit, he sent 3 emails while I was fucking figuring out all my own travel, finding openers.
A lot of work to make sure those shows run smoothly, especially when you're not there. It's more nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you were biting your nails. I hope the shows are going well.
I was torn up inside.
You weren't fucking overdosing on Iberico jambon, you motherfucker. Anyway, we all got we're all freshly from Europe, but I'm so spoiled where it's like, because my family, I grew up going to Greece. We took like four or 5 big trips when I was a kid, and I can't, even though I love traveling, I love seeing other cultures, there is no better place to vacation than Greece. That is my full, I'll never get off that. I went for 2 days. I had 2.5 days between shows, and I was like, I'm just going to Greece.
The food was astounding. We went to Rome after, and you go, it's good. It's a lot of just bread. Everything's bread.
Yeah,
and then in Greece, it was like the fish.
Yeah, dude. The salad. I eat vegetables.
And
you know how hard it is to get me to eat a vegetable?
Sure.
I'll eat boiled greens in Greece, dude. They're good. Horta.
I also I had just gone, I was in Amsterdam and Berlin, and multiple times I was just talking on my phone regular. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, Amsterdam is amazing. And someone was like, shh, you're talking too loud. And Greece was the first time I was like, my people, and we're hugging and we're kissing.
Of course.
I'm a little Italian, and I don't know what's real and what's fake.
The name certainly. This happens with names. Like, people are so dumb. They like, if you're labeled a thing, like Robert De Niro's like 1/8 Italian.
Really?
Like, he's mostly German or something. He's like, it's like Chris DiStefano, same thing. Like, he's fucking German. But yeah, you have an aggressively Italian name, and that's, I'm guessing, from your father.
Yes. But I think my mom had an Italian babysitter, so she's Jewish.
Interesting.
Her last name was Rothkrug. So fine. Let's pass that over.
Hit both sides of the Jewish naming conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was we were in my girlfriend and I, and she was raised Jewish, very Jewish, Chabad.
Yeah.
We passed this wall in Rome of when Mussolini and Hitler started collabing or whatever. They had like a wall of all the Jews that were taken to
like a memorial wall.
And we always talked about if we had a kid. I feel like even if my kid's less Italian than me, I loved having an Italian name. And so I was like, I want my kid to have an Italian name. And she always said like, I'm okay with that, but I'd want it to be like an authentically Jewish Italian name.
Interesting.
And we never knew, there's not that many Italian Jews. What are the authentic names?
Oh, hell yeah.
And then we looked at the wall and I was like, this is a baby names book.
Just a bunch of tragically slain guys.
I honored it. These are real Italian Jews.
Yeah.
And
what are the names? Do we have some good ones?
A girl, Giulia with GI,
Love
and
that.
then a boy because they Dachau.
Dachau.
It's a joke because it was there.
That's the place.
No.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
No, I mean, if Luigi, my great grandpa was Luigi.
Yeah.
His real name was Luigi, but
Great
now
name.
Now it's stuck.
A statement, you think?
Oh my God! If I name my kid Luigi,
That would be awesome.
it would be cool.
You could name him maybe Mario.
Yeah,
That's like a soft
why
tribute.
I didn't love Luigi before because of the Mario connotation, and now I'm sure Nintendo had meetings of like, what do we do with this?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a Mario Party game where Luigi snipes Bowser. Luigi fucking and just a bunch of coins go to Koopas with fucking cancer. A bunch of Koopas with fucking arm slings
Or
get
if
to
he
go
goes,
to hospitals.
if he goes to the haunted house and all the ghosts are insurance CEOs.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion gets a little respin. He's ghost busting fucking CEOs. I like that.
I know they certainly had to have a meeting of like, what do we do? People are going to associate this.
The brand is strong enough, though, I think, at this point.
And I
To withstand. Now another guy doesn't. Two Luigis kill CEOs. now there's
in the
problems.
canon, Luigi's got to die somehow.
Yeah. He needs another brother.
But when I was in Europe, you mentioned Luigi, got a big applause. I don't know what it's like in Asia though. We'll see. I'm going to be in Japan. We'll see how Luigi plays there.
Yeah. Are you actually going to Japan to do shows?
Yeah, I'm going to do an Asia run next year.
Wow.
India too.
India.
Singapore, where I got to submit a transcript.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that bullshit.
I'm just more curious.
I get that.
Well,
Japan though, I did like very low level like bar shows essentially.
Yeah.
And it was just weird. It just felt weird.
And I'll do that. I'll do a gig for the weirdness.
Yeah.
But I went to Istanbul, and this was like one like my mom and my former stepdad both called separately, the divorce, and was like, you're going to Istanbul? And I was like, oh, let me Google. But I don't, I'm an idiot. So I'm like, both parents.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was amazing. And I asked the guy, though, I said, like, he said, you can say whatever you want. And then he said, just, for the second show, there's going to be a Muslim call to prayer. And it's going to last
in
a
the
while.
middle of the show.
In the middle. They do 5 a day.
Wow.
So in the middle of the show.
What time is this? Like 7, 8?
This probably like 9 or 10, 9:30, I would think. The first
so they
one's
do
at 5
a day, 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. And they space it out evenly? How does it work?
I would imagine evenly, but I don't
So
know.
every 5 hours or so? Or four and something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I said to the guy, like, oh, so can I make jokes like during the Muslim prayer? He's like, say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at him like, I can say whatever I want. Because it's 10 minutes long. The guy's singing and reading names. I mean,
that's insane that you'd have to do the show.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so much fun. Everything was
say
good.
whatever you want, just no Dimitri Martin style drawings.
yes.
No PowerPoints.
I thought Dimitri Martin would like draw Muhammad right there. Dimitri, no.
No, Dimitri, no.
Do the lollipop bit. Not the Muhammad bit right now.
A Greek guy getting killed in Turkey for drawing Muhammad, he would become our hero. I would be on there being like, you have no idea what you've done, Turkey. We're coming for you.
But then I wrote the manager because I was going to post the video, and he said, don't post that video. So you can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want.
But you post a video.
Kind of a don't ask, don't tell. It's the way you can be gay in Turkey. You can make fun of the call to prayer.
Yes.
Do it on your own time. Just don't let us see it.
Don't film yourself.
Yeah, don't film yourself.
But it's funny because you meet these comics, and I hope this isn't cruel, but they're a year. They've gone to jail for a joke, and they're a year in comedy.
Open micers who are heroes.
That's the thing,
and they're bad.
Then you hear the joke and you go, I got a couple notes too.
Yeah. If I could imprison some open micers, I would do it too for other reasons. Yeah.
But
oh,
yeah,
that's crazy to be like to be punished for like
to be Lenny Bruce.
Wow.
6 months in.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's kind of beautiful because you go like, I go like, when people go, wow, you're so brave to say that joke in Texas. I go, no, they're brave.
Yeah.
They're not even good at this
and
yet.
They're bad. Yeah. It's true. I mean, going to Europe, you do see the different stages that stand-up comedy is at. Like it's kind of like you said you did Athens. I feel like they just learned what stand-up comedy was in Greece 3 years ago. Because I couldn't explain to my family. Like my family had no concept of it for like, you know.
Really, you couldn't point to the Parthenon and go, it's like that.
I would tell them I was an actor.
Sure.
It was like a one-man play. They could get that, or a monologist or whatever.
I watched in South Korea because like they came back from COVID pretty quick with live stand-up. And so, I was like, maybe.
Hilarious.
And they had their
Going
first
to South Korea to do stand-up?
Their first Netflix comedy special they put up. And it was some guy who was on, they have something that's like South Korea SNL. And he did his first special. And I watched it with subtitles, and you're like, oh, this is the beginning. Stand-up has been going on in America since so long ago. Yeah. This is the beginning. And so like one of the punchlines, I swear, was like, women are different. Women are different. I was like, okay, that's the first step.
Yep.
And then from there, you do more nuanced misogyny.
Of course.
This misogyny is not as nuanced as ours.
No,
but
dude.
It takes time.
It takes time, and you watch a, like, you'll hear like Ellen DeGeneres had a legendary Tonight Show, and you watch it and you're like, what?
The phone call to God. That's a good one though.
I mean, she's got some bangers. I just mean like,
no, I know what you mean.
Like you watch even people you think are great, and you watch a Tonight Show from the 70s, and you're like, there were 3 great jokes in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of just setting it up, and it's just like. It's like watching tape from the NBA in the 60s. It's the same thing.
I read that book. It's I'm Dying Up Here, and they talked about Jay Leno. They're like, when Jay walked in a room.
Yeah, foul balls. I remember that joke.
Oh, shit. And then you go to the Tonight Show, and it's like, the baseball's goofy.
Yeah, he was like, there's some joke about like an umpire was like having a cream for Jokic, and the punchline was like foul balls, and that was like one of his like people fucking knew that joke, dude. Say foul balls, fucking idiot, not umpire.
Foul balls.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that must have felt risque, and I'm sure.
Yeah, but
barely got past the censors.
Yeah. Anyway, I know this because I read his autobiography as a child. That's the kind of stand-up kid I was. Yeah, I loved stand-up as a kid. Like I was fascinated by it.
Was it a good autobiography?
Not really, no. I mean, but it was good for being 11.
What did he talk about though? Like did he talk about the tough times and the tough gigs?
Yeah, working mob clubs, but also his childhood and like it is fascinating. I mean, these guys would open for like singers. Like they would like famous singers for a while in the 70s. It was like, oh, get a stand-up guy to like just kind of warm the crowd up.
Or the Playboy Club circuit.
That
Can you imagine?
Stuff.
You would have rocked.
I would have loved
the
that.
Playboy Club circuit.
I would have loved to do that.
And then there's
But they also sound like horrific gigs.
Oh, horrific, but like, great stories.
Yeah.
That's why I go to some of these countries where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to Singapore to like do this. I want a story.
Yeah.
And the more fans you get, the more it was a great show.
Yeah,
I walked on and everyone cheered and applauded. I did absolutely nothing.
Well, it's cool to have. It's also cool to like have a shitty show again.
Yeah.
Like especially like we're in a very coddled generation where like when you get an online fan base, people are like it's an easy room kind of prematurely. Like you used to have to be a stand-up. You used to be like working for like a decade at the highest levels to get the kind of buy-in that we get that we don't deserve.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm like, I like doing shows unannounced because it's like I'm not actually famous. I'm famous to my fans.
Sure.
But if I go to the Cellar and they're like, we have a special guest, they're like, oh, Chappelle's here, Ray Romano, you know what I mean? And they're like, and I come on and people are like literally like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. I
miss that feeling of like, oh yeah, there's just some fat idiot that you would get when you were doing open mics or like shitty bar shows. Like to me, that is the beauty of stand-up. And I could see getting that in like, Italy where they don't really know what stand-up is. You're at least getting you're at least not getting even though they might love you, there's a fucking language barrier.
Yeah, you just learn something new. Like if it's Italy, I'm like, I'd learn how to be physical in a better, like from an artistic way. I'm like, this makes you stronger.
Sure.
I think about political. The reason I ever get so preachy is I go to San Antonio, and I swear, if only my audience was voting, Jill Stein would have had a shot. And it's like ooh, my brave Charlie Kirk joke. It's like everyone in this crowd, we're on the same page.
No, I know. That's why I do love going to the mothership, because before I did my special, I was doing anti-Elon jokes, and people were like, there would be guys being like, because I'm making fun of Elon, where it's like, I go to my shows and people are like, he's a piece of shit, but it's like, it's fun, and I do like that the mothership gives us a conservative, like, they give you like a chance, they give you the mirror opposite of Brooklyn, and that is good. That is good to go there and be like,
I agree,
to say shit that, like, because my favorite special of all time is probably Elephant in the Room, and Patrice O'Neal says things that are legitimately insanely misogynistic, and and I'm laughing because I agree, because it's fucking funny, and it's like, that's the whole point.
And they always say
win
with Patrice,
people over.
They go. He walked the room a lot of time. And I go, that's the different era. If I walked the room twice at the Cellar, it'd be like, hey, we're gonna take a break from spots here for a little. You're walking the room.
We're looking,
and it's like, the environment so dictates the kind of comedy that can come out of it. And Patrice is like, it was a different time. You hear those old stories and you go like, oh, I would have never worked again if I missed that one spot.
It's, I mean, I definitely think it did hurt his career, him behaving that way, you know.
But it made great art.
But it's like, it's nice to get people that literally don't agree with you to laugh. That's the job. In fact, that's maybe the platonic ideal of the job, but I don't know about fucking. To me, I like that you're willing to go, because to me, going and doing stand up in Asia seems like a waste of like. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll get there soon enough.
This
is the last round.
Okay.
This is the last round of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't get that. I don't get that kind of challenge with audiences anymore. And I do miss it. There was like one corporate show I did a long time ago, and like on the way I was doing research, and I was like, oh, this is. I don't know what kind of union this is. But I got the playbill and opened with the national anthem.
Love it.
Auctioning off rifles of all stripe, and I was the feature. And it was clean. Everyone was old. Everyone was dressed like cowboys. And then this said, I swear to God, it said, the stand up tonight is brought to us by our sponsors, ExxonMobil.
Fuck yes, dude.
And so like, my mom happened to be with me when she drove me to this gig in Santa Barbara. Okay. And I'm like.
Are you? Do you grow up there? Where'd you grow up?
No, she's Maryland.
Yeah, because I saw the area code.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go.
She moved to LA after the second divorce.
I love it. Yeah.
And so I'm with her, and I'm like, she's the only person I can talk to. I'm like, I want to do a joke, and she's like, don't do a joke, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it now. I needed my mom to tell me don't do it. And it was like, there was a big banner that said ExxonMobil. And I had some joke about the Titanic, the new Titanic, and I said the iceberg's got a lot smaller thanks to my sponsor, ExxonMobil. And it was like this moment where the audience, it was like, laughter and then booing, and I was like, oh, I felt like a badass.
Totally.
And I can't. Now in any room I do, would be like, fuck ExxonMobil.
Yeah. But I will say, those guys, sometimes when you do jokes to people like that, they're like, yeah, we are destroying the world. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I do kind of appreciate them for being like, yeah, it's cool. Thank you. We like that we make you mad. You know what I mean? That is, and as an audience, societally, big problem. As an audience, pretty good.
Great show.
Pretty good.
Thanks for coming.
Eldest, we're living in crazy times. Life's been crazy. The world's crazy. I'm exercising this fat body, trying to get in better shape. I have aches and pains that are physical as well as mental. And what helps me get that discomfort out the natural way? That's right. CBD gummies from Cornbread Hemp. Have you tried everything under the sun for peace of mind? It sounds like it's time for you to try Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies. They only use the best part of the hemp plant, the good shit, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. All products are third-party lab-tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. Pure as the virgin snow, this CBD. You'll love it. Right now, Stavvy's World listeners can save 30% on their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/Stavvy and use code Stavvy at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/Stavvy cornbreadhemp.com/Stavvy and use code Stavvy. We love cornbread hemp. You're going to love it too. Get a little cornbread hemp CBD gummy up in you and relax, baby. I do want to, the second divorce, I mean, your family sounds insane. Just cobbling things from bits and pieces.
Yeah, a lot of...
Just like how many divorces, how many sets of step parents, but also just girlfriend, a never-ending swinging door of girlfriends on your dad's behalf, which is So how much, like, where was your parents are... Were they the first marriage of each one?
Okay, yeah. So I think my dad was like I believe 33, mom 25.
Okay, nice.
And my dad was like just stunning.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Just a extremely
real piece of ass.
And just like a ladies. I mean, his dad
charming.
cheated. He was a cheater, but just really good looking in a way that was always over, just he'd flirt with women and they'd flirt back. And,
constantly.
He'd say to the waiter, send my card over there. And then she'd come to the table.
That's fucking, I mean, that's a different universe.
It is. It is. It's
all right, Peter. So I just saw, like, you probably saw it too, that anecdote that was floating around about Robert Redford.
My God.
Where he wanted to play it was...
Mike Nichols in The Graduate.
It was
he
The
wanted
Graduate.
To play the lead.
He wanted to play Dustin Hoffman's part, and he was like, I just don't think you can play a loser. He was like, when's the last time you even struck out with a woman? And he was like, what do you mean?
He's like, when you strike out with a woman, and he's like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
what does that mean, the concept of striking out?
And he wasn't lying. Like, he wasn't joking. He never tried to fuck anyone, and it didn't work. And you're like, wow, I can't even imagine.
And thank God they do that, because right now, like on Broadway shows, they'll do The Music Man with like Hugh Jackman, and The Music Man, he's supposed to convince the town to come along and seduce Marion.
Right.
And then they cast fucking Hugh Jackman in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he could have walked in and be like, you want to fuck? And she'd be like, Hugh Jackman.
Right. There was no.
Right behind the books, please.
Yeah.
And so it's nice that there was a time where like it's like, not everyone has to be. In fact, them being hot negates the story.
You lost a part for being too hot. Whereas now it's like the classic Johnny Depp plays a bald guy. They put Johnny Depp in a bald cap, or they put someone in a fat suit. It's like, come on, man. What do we got here?
The fat suits are
fat suits are
and then they make the video. It took 8 hours to put this on, and you listen to him. It was really tough being fat for 4 hours a day.
And Colin Farrell, I love. Incredible actor.
Of course.
Miami Vice, the remake, holds a special place in my heart.
By the way, they used to be able to play a disabled person.
Yeah,
and that's how they got the rocks off. Now you can't do that anymore. One of the last costumes, one of the last transformations they can get away with.
You're so right.
Is very bad.
Yeah, Down syndrome's off the table.
Yeah,
have radio, all that's gone. So they're like, all right.
Daniel Day-Lewis's next piece is going to be like the actor who played What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And that'll be his next movie.
He is back with his son. That's a good dad. That's a good dad right there.
I love Dan Day-Lewis. I wanted to be him for a long.
Interesting.
I did. You fucked up. I was in an acting company, and you picked a real life person to be, and this was this was all we were doing, and the goal was like you'd inhabit that character in real life. Not for your whole life, for 6 months, but
as an acting exercise.
As an acting exercise.
And you picked Daniel Day-Lewis?
No.
Okay.
I picked a role that he played.
Oh, wow.
I picked a real life person that he portrayed in 1988 in a movie called My Left Foot.
Oh, isn't that what he's like?
He has cerebral palsy. He's an Irish poet who had could only really operate his left foot.
Yeah.
And this was before comedy. This was deathly serious. No one at any point was like, you shouldn't do that. It really everyone.
In fact, they're like,
when I did the exercise, the teacher, who was tough, gave me a standing ovation and said, if you keep working like this, there's nothing you can't do. And
oh man,
I got a wheelchair off of Craigslist. I studied.
Wow.
And you had to take it in public, so it wasn't just class. So there was one time that my girlfriend at the time, who by the way,
you're in a fucking wheelchair. You're making your girlfriend push you around on a wheelchair.
And by the way, she's doing Audrey Hepburn as her person.
Oh my god!
And so she's not necessarily saying, "Hi, I'm Audrey Hepburn," but she is in a character.
I can't
of her
believe
own.
this.
And we went out to.
I've got an invalid. Quick, pick my pearls up with your foot. Oh, that's
I would do the impression too, but I'm too scared. But then, so we went to pay. It was like me and her, and then two other actors were all like, they're not. The other two are just doing like normal people, like a famous ballet dancer, but he's dressed like a normal person.
Yeah.
Mine requires a lot more props,
of course.
And then when they go to pay, we're using my credit card. There was like a brief time where our faces were on credit cards. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And so in this picture,
you're just smiling like normal, and you're like,
and I was like, they're gonna bust me. I don't know. I don't even know what they do.
Well, yeah.
I think luckily, the thing is, I don't know if I was doing an amazing job because I was so scared.
Right.
Or no one had the courage to say, "Excuse me, sir, are you pretending to have cerebral palsy?"
Well, that's
right
the
now?
thing. It's like, what do you gain from this other than an insane? You're not trying to get the fucking discount.
No. Of course. But acting is so stupid to justify it at any given moment.
Of course,
I'm doing this so when I do it on stage, it's believable. And no one's cast me as the role either.
Yes.
I picked it myself.
Yep. This was the one I wanted to do.
I'm still doing Meisner exercises. No script even.
Yeah.
Just a physical adjustment, we call it.
Oh my god, dude, that is fucking insane. That's not considered a complete waste of time. Like so much of that, like to me,
I think we undermine good acting in general, and I think we're suffering acting is weird.
Yes.
Some people just have a lot of talent, but it can take a lot of training. I still believe I was not a good actor.
Though,
I was not
walking around in a making your girlfriend push you around in a fucking wheelchair.
But did you see my left foot?
No, yeah.
He did it for 6 months. And they say that when there was a wire, he could have stood up, but he said no, and people were like rolling their eyes.
Yeah.
And I go, show me a performance like that. Show me someone
you can earn that.
Yeah. You can earn that.
He's earned it.
Sure, but you gotta. What do you start with one wheel?
LeBron
and
gets
then you work
to
your way up
fuck.
to the
LeBron spends $1 million on his body because he's LeBron.
Sure.
If I'm playing pickup, I don't get to be in a hyperbaric chamber and get a masseuse. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get to do that. I don't get a nurse around the clock. I have to fucking work up to that kind of shit. You were some fucking guy in a fucking class. You didn't need to get pushed around in a wheelchair. You could have limped. How about we start with a limp, Gianmarco, before we fucking break? Before we get out.
Just some cane work.
How about a cane?
Basic cane work.
Because I know what you mean.
Like Dr. House. No, I know. Yeah. I know. You're right.
I don't even think at the extreme levels I can see that because, you know, I like movies, so I want to act a little bit, and I think if you're a performer, you can be 80% good at acting. And like being in some stuff, and I've been lucky. I just got to work with like insanely actual good actors,
yes,
right?
You did, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, because I definitely had that thing of like acting's bullshit. Who fucking cares?
Sure.
Just say it. And then you see people who are like that good at it, and you're like, I cannot ruin a scene, right? Like I can naturally just, if everyone else is crushing it, I won't stick out like a sore thumb. But like, it's the kind of thing where with everything where you're like, to get to that next level, and at every percentage it gets a little harder, right? To get from 80 to 85 is harder to get, and then once you're in like 95, to get those half percentage points to be Daniel Day-Lewis, I believe that it's like 6 months or whatever, but there is a lot, and you know it. How many fucking drama kids pretend it's like they are operating at that level where it's like, come on, guys.
But I just think there's a general like, it's the way Seinfeld would always talk about acting. It was like, acting? What is acting? And I was like, Seinfeld, you're the worst actor I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's fucking crazy how bad he is.
Like,
how bad he's smiling. He smiles in like half the scenes he's in, and everyone else is so good. Yeah, that's the funniest part of that. On the like whatever 8th rewatch of Seinfeld that I've done, it's now all I watch is Jerry.
But but like same with Roseanne, he's surrounded by fucking geniuses.
Yeah, killers.
Surrounded. And I think that was the old model that worked.
Totally.
Roseanne couldn't act for shit.
Yeah,
Laurie Metcalf and
John Goodman.
John Goodman are two of the great actors of our time.
Yes, absolutely. How old were you when you started being a little theater kid?
From the beginning. I remember like my parents were divorced, but I would dance in the living room. And so I would like separately with the mom and with my dad. Why are you laughing? Because I said it again?
No. Dancing in the living room's hilarious.
Yeah. But this is how early the impulse was, where my dad would play disco. They both were like in the disco era. And they'd put on It's Raining Men.
Love that.
And I would just be dancing, and I said to them, we need to get our living room onto a stage.
Awesome.
So this can be witnessed.
Yeah.
So there is a deep...
Yes, from the jump.
To be witnessed, that it's not enough to have joy on your own. Like, you have to witness me having the joy for it to fully activate.
Yeah. Now, were your parents, like, your dad, do they, are either of them, like, actor-y
No,
people?
mom not at all. My dad, no, business guy.
Business guy. Sales?
He, like, owned his own company, he's like now he has 30 different companies, that kind of guy. And like he used to do oil spill cleanups, which used to be a big money making thing. And he was rich. He retired in his 40s. We had a Ferrari.
Focused on getting pussy. Mm-hmm. Where in Maryland did you grow up?
Potomac.
Oh, okay.
Which is a rich area, terrible,
Real
awful,
Housewives
boring.
of whatever's over there.
No one in Potomac would allow their wives to be on that show. So people joke that it's Real Housewives of Baltimore. Is what you're watching.
Yeah. I never saw that one. I never saw that season.
But boring. People with money.
No, it's insane. It's like the richest. Because like I had friends who grew up in that, like, of the rich D.C., Maryland suburbs, that's the richest one.
Yeah. But
and so your dad was off that, and that was off like his oil spill
cleanup, and then he put it all into stocks, and like the .com bubble bursting definitely hit him hard, and he got back into like he basically had machinery around, so scrap metal recycling is like the main thrust of it.
Yeah.
But then he's always trying to get into new companies, a cannabis thing for a second. And then now with ChatGPT, it's allowed him to...
Crypto guy too, or no?
No, thank God. Thank God the things he's not. He's not political.
Interesting.
Thank God. But I was eating dinner with him. A very attractive woman walked in and he said, "You think she'd be a good model for bad bitch purses?"
Bad bitch purses.
And I go, okay, let's start at the beginning.
Oh man.
And it's like it was an Etsy store, and it's the same purse that if I made merch purses, you'd buy it off with the tag.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm pleading with him, please don't go up to this
he gets
woman.
It off Alibaba or whatever the fuck. He gets like 1,000 of them. Yeah, screen prints it. Yep.
And he could be rich now, and now he's not because he got 1,000 purses off Alibaba.
Yeah.
And then he still thinks with that mind of when he's still for 71, he's a good looking guy.
But he's 71.
But I'm like, you cannot approach that woman. Back in the day, she'd say, "A model?
Yeah.
Please, let's go over to your place and talk it over."
Yeah,
and he still has that. And I go, please don't talk to her.
It's weird he's got like what a hot blonde woman goes through in her 40s.
Yes.
Your dad is going through it in his 70s.
You're right.
Yeah. It's over for him.
Guys get to go a little longer.
It's way longer.
And unfortunately, it times right with the maybe dementia, and it's just a killer cocktail of social discomfort.
Is he single now?
He's dating someone. He's dating someone.
One of those guys, if they were smart, they would see the end coming and lock down like a 45-year-old.
Sure.
And be like, all right, had a good run. I'm gonna still go out on top, but sometimes you hang on too long.
I think some guys are a cheater at heart, even if it's not like, I bet even if it's not like sleeping with other women, it's online
attention,
flirting and whatever. And some guys they got that dog in them, and when you see it with your father, you go like, I don't think it's ever going away.
Yeah.
It's like, it's part of you. I wish you lived in a different time where people did have, the husband did cheat and it was known, but it was part of the overall agreement, and he made the money, and we all agreed.
Yeah.
And instead it's just...
Yeah, your parents 20 years earlier, textbook, great stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they're...
Non-ethical, non-monogamy.
Yeah. Non-ethical, non-monogamy.
Yeah.
What this fucking society was built on, you whores. Understand. You want it all? God, dude. Now look at us. Yeah. Everyone's cheating out in the open, and it's all gone, and the society's gone to shit.
Anyone with cheating, I imagine with social media, it's just impossible to even re-enter that. There's just too much. Because I think part of the whole thing is like, you keep things quiet.
Yeah.
You do what you do, but you keep things quiet, and that's impossible.
You could take 5 exits on a highway, and no one knows who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
how they had you said they had a family in Florida. It's like, once they got on that plane.
Yeah, plane, dude, forget it.
Yeah.
Now it's like everyone's connected. Yeah, it ruined cheating. Globalization ruined cheating. Interesting. So, do you ever have any of that? Were you a cheater ever? Did you have any of that?
No, not like that at all.
Sure.
You know, went to a summer camp and had a girlfriend and called her and said, "Hey, can we be open right now?" You know, musical theater summer camp. You know, but always like I think I'm very much like, if I am lying to someone, I feel so not close to them that it negates the why a relationship would be there to begin with.
You would just get out of
if I have a partner, like I need to like love them and feel loved. And if I'm lying, there's a block where I can't even get that like existential love.
Yeah.
I think the like worst I ever did was like once I was like, it was an acting program and I had a girlfriend and like there were two other women over and we were all flirting. It was acting. We're all flirting.
Of course.
And like
your method.
Yeah.
You picked that week a guy who gets his dick sucked by two girls.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Fail the class?
And it's me and it was three other women and it was just you know where sometimes it feels like something the smell must have changed in the air because you feel like sex is on the table now.
Yeah.
And like in that heat of that moment in a room with my girlfriend, I was like, instead of being like, hey, I'd love to discuss like that, I was like, please.
Yeah.
Please, can we do this?
Yeah.
And that was, I think to me, like that was the words, like me being like, please, can we do this?
Pressing her into
please, can we do this right now? And it was like, yeah, okay. But then, you know, after being like, you clearly were doing that as a kindness.
Sure.
And
it's pretty kind.
Yeah.
that's a big kindness.
It's a big kindness.
Yeah. I'll do whatever you want for a while.
Yeah.
You get a couple really big birthdays after this. Christmas, don't buy me anything. I got you on this one.
But to me, again, like that wasn't. It was not a cheating thing. I was asking,
it's
like,
a different
can
thing.
we please do this together?
Of course.
Both of us
equally want this. I want to bond us. I mean, the fall crisp air. You know, it wakes me every day, Eldest. I don't know if you feel the same way. But that's not enough to get a nice pep in my step. I don't want to do too much caffeine. I crash out. I need something that's right in the middle, something that gets me feeling nice, clears that brain fog, makes me not feel groggy, but is functional. That's right, I'm speaking of none other than mud water, folks. We're talking functional mushrooms. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to have a cup of joe. I do get jittery. I have a hard time sleeping. I have started using mud water, and it's been exactly what I've wanted. Every single ingredient they got, 100% USDA organic, non-GMO, all the good stuff. Every ingredient serves a purpose. Smooth, earthy flavors provide a delicious and natural source of energy. They got the OG blend. That's what I mess with. The cacao and chai. Just a little hint of caffeine, but it feels like a little hot chocolate. I'm a treat lord. What can I say? I like a little hot. I like starting my day a little chocolatey. If I'm really being a little bad boy, I throw a little Splenda in there too. But you just nice chocolatey. They got the lion's mane for focus, cordyceps for natural energy, both chaga and reishi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Reishi to support a healthy immune system. And listen, you want completely no caffeine? They got caffeine-free blends as well. The best part is it provides sustained energy without the spikes and crashes of traditional coffee. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code Stavvy. That's right. Up to 43% off with code Stavvy at mudwater.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you how you found them. Please show your support and let them know we sent you. You do, though. I think we just talked about this on an episode before we left, or I don't remember what it was, but you kind of are proving my thesis of, like, straight guy in a gay zone, best guy to be. Because you might have been one of, there's probably, however many women in every class you're in. And every guy but you and one other guy are gay, probably?
Yeah. And a lot of them, it's so funny, the women that maybe they went for the other guy, or we just competed to try to get this woman's affections, and they're all gay now.
Oh, the women are gay now.
No, the guys.
Oh,
the guys. I mean, and sometimes I want to go.
So
to
even the ones that were straight.
Yes,
in high school.
a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot.
Totally.
And I want to go up to them and be like, you couldn't have given me a fucking break in high school.
Dude.
You were gay. You were competing that hard? You didn't even want the pussy?
Oh, dude.
That's nuts.
Nothing drives me crazier than when I hear stories of friends who are gay now, and they're like, I didn't even know who I was. I was having sex with women in high school. And I was like, you were fucking getting pussy? I would have killed I've known Eldis my whole life. I would have shot Eldis in a non-lethal place to get pussy. It was all I wanted. And these guys are like, it was so hard for me to fuck women.
And they're thinking about you while they're fucking them.
Well, this tit is sort of like a weird shaped cock.
This could be Stavros' tit.
Oh, fuck, dude.
No, a lot of, I mean, in high school at least, in college I ended up having like a girlfriend right away. But in high school, those summer camps, and I don't know if it's different now. I imagine people come out sooner now.
Yeah,
now. These camps were where a lot of kids did come out. Mm-hmm. I've seen kids come out in an acting class, or they, you'd hear, or
save up that bullet when you're not doing well in acting. Got to gain some points with the teacher.
Yeah,
come out. Come out at an opportune time.
It's true. And there were women who experienced their first love, and he was gay, and couldn't help but internalize it.
Sure.
In a way that you certainly didn't, even if you didn't believe in that, that's how it worked.
Of course.
You just took it that way. And I remember like one where it was like, she was devastated by it.
Yeah.
Something about it fucked her up.
Of course.
And then they both went to the summer camp, and he was fucking his roommate. And they were the kind of twins. They were the kind of where they look identical too.
Yeah, I love that style of gay guy.
So it's like he left me.
Are you guys
for
brothers? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're sucking each other off.
So I could have done. It was like a little bit chaotic.
Sure.
I could have.
Still.
Yeah.
You could have done better, but listen, you did great.
Sure.
I always think that. I'm like, send a. Like, either your kid is gay and he's having a great time at theater camp, or he's one of the straight ones and he gets to fuck the girls.
But there was I remember one guy.
Dance, even cheerleading. I'm talking, go gay, or not even just theater. Like, let them do real gay shit.
But that's the fear that the question is, do people fear that their kid, I think they think, even if my kid's gay, I want him to repress it.
Of course.
And if I give him any kind of space where he thinks it's okay.
Yeah.
But I guess there are some people who do think like you catch it, or you but that's when you wonder. It's such an old trope of like all homophobic people are secretly gay. I do think there's got to be a chunk, because their philosophy is like, if you go near it, then you'll do it. And I feel that way because
I think there's a chunk. I also think probably I just do think most of them are just hateful.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
There's definitely the gay. There's clearly I think why it's so apparent is because the loudest homophobes are the secretly gay ones. But the silent majority that just hate gays just by default.
The loudest ones are the theater kids.
But exactly, they're theater kids.
They should have been.
That's they can't. That's why some really conservative churches have some great parades.
Yeah.
That closeted gay guy's putting all his energy into some floats. You know what I mean? Like they're giving pastors they're giving
outfits, the
capes,
outfits, the hats,
all this
of course.
shit.
I just remember I had a friend who was like a soccer guy in college, and I went out with him once, and we were with his soccer friends, and we were going out to this club, and one of the guys, they were all dressed up to go out, and we were at this guy's place, so he went to shower, and he came out to get dressed, and we were pre-gaming. And he came out of the shower in his bedroom, and we're all dressed, and he's fully naked.
Awesome.
And he's standing with one foot like on a stool or something. And I was sitting there, and I was like, I've been to 6 musical theater camps.
Yeah.
This is the most homoerotic thing I've ever been involved with. And I just think about all the ways where, like, with athletics, there's these spaces to be men and touchy. And, when I think of Greece or Italy, like,
totally.
There's just touching, and
it's wildly just kind of homoerotic. Yes.
And I think those guys, they fear, they're all really close. If anyone is in that space that will go further. I'm sure some of them would, some of them wouldn't. Yeah. But even if the idea was out in the open, suddenly this thing is gay. I'm there as the gay representative. Wanting to be like, oh, this is gay.
You guys are being gay.
Go put on, your shorts are right at the dresser.
Yeah.
You're getting something from your dick being out. We're all.
No, I know. I mean, my football team, in high school, they bullied a gay guy in a way where I was like, you guys kind of like tried to fuck him. Like they pulled their dicks, or they would do weird shit. They'd be like, look how gay we are. We're showering naked together. I was like, you are showering naked together.
Yeah.
Like,
look at us, I'm jerking him
I'm
off.
being gay.
I'm swallowing his cum.
And they were, I think they're both straight, like even to this day.
Yeah.
Maybe one, but one is definitely straight as hell. And I was like, you guys can't, like, what happened is they in a bathroom, shut the door, and it was with a gay kid, and they were like, let's see your dick. And it's like, that's gay, dude. You try to see a gay guy's dick.
Compare your gay dick to my straight dick. I bet I can get mine longer than your gay dick.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. It's like, you shouldn't bully a gay guy, but it's like that is crazy.
I imagine there's a lot more bisexual men.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's that. As opposed to like closeted, it's just like feelings, and there's simply no room in any capacity for them to exercise that feeling, whether they want a boyfriend or whether they just want to.
No, that's a good point. It's probably not that everyone's closeted. It's that like there's a lot of guys that like maybe would have just like jerked the guy off once, and that was like that fear was like coursing through them, and then when they're in all these like gay locker rooms and shit, it's like they have to act all macho to be like, I would never even think that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For me, those were brutal because it's like everyone's dick was so big.
I never had a space.
It was fucking crazy, dude. I was in Baltimore City Public Schools playing football, dude. These kids had some wild hammers on them, and I was like, I was very specific.
I never had to be naked in those locker rooms, and I don't know if that's better or worse. Would you be naked on film?
My dick just does not photograph well. You know what I mean? I need to get fluffed. I need to lose some weight. It's really, truly about how little my dick is. Because I don't care. Obviously, I don't care about being... If my dick was bigger, dude, I think I would be naked all the time.
100%.
You know what I mean? But I just have a...
And by the way, that's giving a false impression to the public that everyone's got big dicks. It's like, no, only the big dick
Only the big dick guys are the ones who are willing to show cock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have friends who wouldn't be naked, and like I know their dicks are big, like actors or whatever, and I was like... And then I don't remember what happened. It was like we were swimming or something. He posted like a weird picture where he didn't realize... Like this, guys with huge dicks don't even know... Like he wasn't even trying to show his dick, but he posted like some kind of picture on his Instagram, and I was like, bro, nice dick, bro. Like his shit was like peaking, and he was like embarrassed. He wasn't trying to show his dick off. He's like a shy guy, and I was like, you're like a handsome guy with a big ass dick. Why won't you like flop your shit out more?
It's for the best.
But some people won't.
If you had a big dick, can you imagine how many naked pictures you'd be putting out? I mean, it'd be...
I do think I probably would have done like just OnlyFans or something like that if my dick was big.
Yeah.
I think I'd show my cock off. I would have at minimum done like a very artsy shoot where my dick is out.
Of course.
Without question.
Yeah.
If only my dick was bigger.
I got naked in that acting class once. Not in character.
Yeah.
But I always
just
go
practicing.
Whenever I see nudity on stage, something about me, I go like, wow, good for you.
Well, there's something about that kind of nudity that's almost asexual. Mm-hmm. Like those act, like the thing is, those like acting zones and theater kids in general, it gets to a point that it's so over the top that it's not sexual anymore.
Sure.
Like even that weird foursome you had probably wasn't that erotic. You know what I mean? It's just like all those kids are so weirdly touchy feely. Like I remember I went to a sixth grade.
It was pretty erotic and amazing. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, was it good?
No.
Was it good for real?
No, what it really was more one ended up going like, no, that's all right.
Yeah.
And
still, that's when you start with 3.
Yeah. But that's why I started with 4. I was like, there's no way I'm...
We can lose a couple. We plan to lose at least one. This is fine. We're still on track.
It was more like two twosomes back to back, so to speak.
Yes.
And it was like,
okay,
yeah,
not bad. Still,
listen.
But okay, I take that back. It's not that it's not erotic. It's that it's so performative. It becomes asexual.
Yes, I know
where it's
what
like
you mean.
This isn't about fucking someone. This is about being seen. Fucking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, and even that nudity, it's like sometimes there is some kind of like intimacy, but it's like. That's why it is impressive when intimacy is done actually and it feels real in a movie or in something, because like it's like those people will do whatever to make a scene work.
Sure.
But it doesn't feel sometimes it just does not feel real at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, I'm sure you just saw a bunch of your classmates nude in a way that's just not even that horny.
But there's times you'd be kissing like in a scene, and I go, I'm cheating. like there's this idea, like, there's a perfect one, like Rachel is the Superman. They're like, people were trying to spread rumor that Rachel Brosnahan and the Superman guy were, and they showed one where like they were doing a scene and she kissed him, they yelled cut, and she did another kiss like right after, and people were like, she did a kiss after the cut, and it's like no, they're acting.
Yeah.
But then the other part, I'm like, so the difference between cheating and not cheating is, hey, I couldn't have cheated. We filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
We filmed the whole thing.
Totally.
I mean,
certainly no one ever fucks their co-stars. Well, the thing about the reason that's not cheating is because like that guy just seems like such a nice nerd.
oh yeah, it's not cheating in the normal sense. My theory is all acting is sanctioned cheating, and I understand
It's almost
why.
being in an open relationship.
Yes.
It's kind of being poly. Acting is being poly.
Of course. Except like who decides who I get to fuck? A casting director.
Yeah.
I go to the casting director, I need this part.
Come on, please. That is very interesting. Yeah. What was your first do you remember the first, even if you're a little ass kid, the first moment where you were like, I'm a fucking star?
Yeah, it was Princess and the Pea.
Love that.
I believe I was kindergarten or first grade.
Wow, hell yeah.
I was a prince. And I had to tell the princess I love you at the end, or a hug her or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then, very popular at the time, I turned to the audience and I went, and it got a pop.
You had to let them know, I believe in cooties. Even though I'm doing my job as an actor. But
yeah. It got a big pop.
Oh, that must have felt electric.
And I should have known that's when I was a comedian. I thought I was. It took me later, 20s, to be like, oh, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
I wanna say this is bullshit a little.
Yeah. What about like, is there one where you really wanted a part and you didn't get it? Do you remember that first one where you're like, fuck? Or is there one, does one stick out to you?
Middle school and college middle school and high school were good to me.
Yeah,
and then you go to college and you go, I got
the
cast.
Big leagues.
Senior year of college, I was cast as Maureen's dad in Rent. And I was like, I'm a senior in college. I'm about to go into the real world, and I got Maureen's dad. My song is a voicemail I leave on her machine. I go, well, Joanne, we're off. We tried you at the office.
You're not even on stage. Like, yeah, just do it from backstage, Gianmarco.
And that was brutal.
Gotcha.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
So it was middle school and high school. Like, it was. I look back and I go, I'm chasing that feeling I had.
It is like, as someone who loves both, I think of acting and art. I mean, even stand up sometimes, but acting in particular, I think of it as sports a lot. Mm-hmm. And because what you're describing is textbook, small town. You're the fucking quarterback, and then you get to college. And sometimes it doesn't happen until college. Sometimes it happens like sometimes it might be even more brutal for the guys who are college stars and just can't. They're right underneath where they need to be actual Broadway guys or whatever. That might be the worst.
Sure.
Because it's like, at least you had time to rejigger and be like, I'm good, but I'm not whatever. Like, that is like, I do like to think of it as that, because sometimes it's competitive. It's like,
I think it was like, for me specifically, it was like singing. Like, I thought I could sing, and I hit a wall.
Musical theater guy too, wasn't just regular acting.
I went to college for musical theater, so I was really into musical theater, and I was obsessive about singing, and I thought like, it was one of those things where I was like, I'm going to be able to sing as well as Pavarotti. I don't even like opera. But like, I was going to be the greatest.
Yes.
Deep down.
Yeah.
And I feel like, with basketball, let's say you're, I don't know a lot of it, but if you're 5'6", at some point you're confronted with,
vocally,
maybe my body.
Right.
And it's like voices inside. So you don't find out till later. You train, you go, I don't think whatever's in here can compete competitively.
Yeah.
And it's not until you see like the greatest in the country, you go, I can't even book a non-union tour.
Yeah. Well, that's what's even crazier about acting. Acting is like, it's nothing you can ever see. It's like almost... It's like,
you have a full career and be mediocre. I mean, editing can be great.
Yeah,
and
true.
There's all sorts of avenues for the mildly talented. Or you're really good at farce.
Sure.
And you can't do drama. I watched, it was the Gary Shandling documentary, and this is where he talked to Seinfeld. He was like, acting's nothing. And Gary, like, really wanted to be a great actor. And it was later in life.
Interesting.
And I think, like, what I would.
He was good.
What
I
I
mean,
would,
he was a good actor.
but he was fine. But he
Yeah.
wanted to be Daniel Day-Lewis, and what you wanted to say to like this
Interesting.
50-year-old would be like, you don't have it.
It would have happened.
You don't have it, and that's painful. And this is like a new pain. I confronted that pain when I was 21.
Yeah,
and I had more life in front of me.
Right.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love coming from it from no success ever, because everything's a win.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
of course,
just everything is. It's nice. I feel like I'll peak in my late 40s, physically.
Mm-hmm.
Fat, bald, 5'7" guy.
Oh, for sure.
You're born to be 43, 48.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, that's what I'm going to be fucking... And even, like, comedy has just been, like, I do think probably as a little kid, because I definitely had, like, a moment where I think I felt that, like, I didn't want to be I didn't want to admit I was a theater kid.
Sure.
Because I mean, obviously, look how my life has turned out.
Of course.
Right? Like, but
and
at
least you admit it.
Yeah.
There's some comedians who I feel like, not to overgeneralize, but like in the sphere of which you started, that want to give off like an aura of cool at all times. And I go like, a clown is inherently...
Philosophically, I think that the whole point is you can't be cool.
Yeah.
You have to be... And even if you're cool or people like you, whatever, obviously, like, we have fans, whatever.
You're a cool clown.
But yes, exactly. You're a cool loser.
Yes.
You're a guy whose whole thing is like, I take losses and I make them interesting and fun. And like, I guess some guys can be cultural commentators, like they can see it from a cultural commentary point. But I think I'm not interested in that. And even like, I mean, I love Carlin. I love, like there are, but even
he got pretty towards the end. He didn't want to be. He was mad. He was more angry than anything.
Sure, but at least he has great stuff where he's commenting on things.
Yes.
But I think that's really hard to do, and I also don't find it that interesting. And I do think anyone who's a personal comic, it's like, it's really, you're a type of performer, and but I had a moment where I was like, I'm actually a fucking cool jock. Like, that was definitely... I remember being in, like, 7th grade and being like, acting's gay, I'm fucking cool and straight. So I'm gonna play sport. Meanwhile, I'm 5'7", fat as shit, you know what I mean? And I'm playing soccer or whatever. And then football in high school for a little bit. But I just do remember having that
When did you
moment.
realize, when did you go like, oh, I'm not going to the NFL? And by the way, in a way, you did.
Yeah,
You know?
I did. That is very funny. I got more access to the NFL this way than I ever would have. I think I still thought I could play, like, I didn't think I was going to the NFL, but I was like, maybe I could play, like, low-level college.
Sure.
And, like, but it was just, like, I don't know. I think what happened is I got too fat for football. Do you understand how hard that is to do? I got so fat. I started working at a telemarketing place that was next to a Wendy's between my sophomore and junior years. And when I came back, my coach was like, what the fuck? And I'm a lineman. I'm the fat guy in football. And I was too fat to do that. And then I just got bored. And
the ref was like, you can only have 10 if you're going to...
Yeah, exactly. He's like, how many kids are in that uniform? But anyway, whatever. We have to help some people. We didn't get into your weird family. You got to come back. We got to get more into it. But what do Elders, what do you have for us here, little buddy?
Hey, Stav, first time caller, long time listener. Really love the show. Love to see what you're doing. Just needed some advice, man. So, I am 34 years old. I'm single. I was married young, from like, real early, before 20 to 25. And then I also had a girlfriend, a long-term girlfriend, for about 7 years. But I recently been single. And within the last couple of years of being single, I've made several trips to Colombia.
Oh, no.
Now, what my question is, should I continue on this path of being an American
you know the
guy?
answer.
It's kind of a seedy way to live your life.
Yes.
You're, going over to these less fortunate countries and dating there. Or should I try to date American women? I'm kind of having more trouble mentally getting along with girls from the U.S. And I don't want to be, dipping my toes in both, where I'm like, all right, I'm talking to some girls in the U.S. or all right, I'm talking to some girls in Colombia. I feel like the two types of lives are not congruent, and I'm having issues. Some of them are overlapping, where I'm like budgeting out, like, do I go on a date with a girl from the States here, or do I go on a trip back to Colombia?
Jesus Christ,
looking for some advice. Thanks so much.
This is fucking nuts.
I'm not so this is the thing guys do if they're single and they have the means to go travel.
Yeah, well, they're called passport bros.
Okay.
And they'll go. Sometimes it'll just be dating, but a lot of times these are countries that have like a huge sex industry, and they'll just like, Colombia. I think it can go either way, guys. If you got a friend who's going to fucking Thailand every year, that's a big problem.
Yeah. But are they just hiring a sex worker, or they're like, is it more?
It depends. This guy, because I know a friend from college that has had he's loving Colombia, and he's got no moral quandaries there, and it's like now look.
What's your no? Because in my mind, innocently, I'm going, oh, you meet someone there. Well, and they like
my
you?
no is like, it's kind of like why do companies open up factories in these places? Because you can underpay people, you don't have to treat them well. You know what I mean? It's like,
sure.
It's like, why are you there? Are you there because you're just trying to use these women to get a sexual thrill? Because he's doing the math. He's like, I take a bitch to the Cheesecake Factory in Bethesda. I'm fucking out $200. There's an Uber. There's drinks. I get on a flight to Colombia.
Yeah.
I'm in Medellin for $90. I rent a fucking 5-star hotel room for $200. And the dinner's $40. I come out $60 on top. Like, my no is that you have reduced dating to a purely financial, and not just financial, but it's like you have power over these women, because let's face it, probably they're trying to come to America. You know what I mean? Or like, and maybe even if it's not that cynical, like you have power over them because you just have more money. You just like, you're in an what's incongruous is the relationship you have with these women in Colombia, not going back and forth between America and Colombia. And it's like, look, if you like Colombia, if you realize, look, my sexual dollar goes further here.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes people move where there's a better cost of living, right? But if you're going to do that, find someone, treat her like a human being, and actually try and date.
Especially because he was married for 4, long-term relationship pretty soon after that. This is someone who wants a relationship, and if the way you're going to find that relationship is with this chaotic kind of sex-first, money-saving way, you're not going to get that long-term, using your term, purchase.
right.
That you're going to love.
Yeah, well, that is the problem, is that it feels just so transactional to me.
But dude, I mean, not devil's advocate, just that, someone here could date someone with less money than them and have that power. I mean, that exists as part of the thing.
100%. But all I'm saying is, like, decide what you want to do here. Because, like, if he is... Like, the thing is, he didn't go to Colombia because he's like, I've always wanted to see Colombia and fall in love with a girl. He was like, there's hot pussy for free over there. I'm going to check it out. He wasn't like, I wanted to go fucking hike.
It's not because they like you more there. No, it's not about you. It's just you changed the environment.
Exactly.
And
they do like him more there.
Yeah, but they might like his wallet,
or
just other things. But it's saying, like, if you had struggle here and it's easy there, move there. There.
Sure.
But the back and forth thing, certainly.
That's what I mean. Is like, I'm not even like, look, you want to fucking move there, or you want to just go to a different country and you we were just
go there and say you're Colombian, see if they like you for who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Say I'm a poor local.
Ooh, I love that.
And then if they like you,
get the guy who did Drewski's white face, do brown face. Live your life as a fucking Colombian for 3 months. See how much pussy you get.
And then maybe you'll miss those American gals real quick.
But yeah, I guess that's my what gives me the no is just like, you're doing it because it's like you took that trip for that reason in particular, and the fact that he like goes back and forth, it's like, I have a friend who moved to Colombia because he liked Colombia, and it's like, I'm sure this wasn't negative in his pros and cons list for moving to Colombia, but he lives there and he puts money in the community. You know what I mean? I'm just like, decide what you want to do. And look, I'm not, if you marry someone from a different country, that's fine. But like going to a place where you're like, I can sexually exploit the women here.
Yeah,
feels
the way
a little...
that you're saying like there's Colombian women and women here. It's like you've now divided women, and
totally
they're all women. And until you look at them as one thing,
as a human being, you're like, exactly, as human beings you want to be in a relationship with. And, and this is coming from someone who has no problems with somebody being like, I'll hire I'm going on vacation, I'll hire a sex worker, I'll have a good time. I have no issue with that. You're kind of kidding yourself. You're kind of in this no man's land where it's like, is it no strings fun? Is it actually dating? I don't think you're not doing either one of those.
And you might come under the illusion that it's dating, but it's actually, you're going, this sex worker's treated me a lot better than this bitch on the third date.
Right. So I would say, if you're trying to actually date someone, either take it actually, and you like Colombia as a place and you like these people, fine, go there if you want to make it a serious part of your life. Or just like or if you've been using it as a vice, which I assume you have been, as a little like crutch where you're like, I didn't get pussy here, fucking skyscanner.com immediately. Like, stop doing that. You know what I mean? But you have to pick one. You have to pick one side, brother. That's what I would tell you. And even if you were using it as like a fun little escape, probably stop. You get divorced. You need a little, how Stella got her, you need a little eat, pray, love if you're a guy who's just like going somewhere with
that's why you never
cheap,
made that
beautiful hookers. It's
eat
stop.
Pussy, no love.
Yeah, eat pussy, no love. But even if you're doing that, it's probably time to stop. You're over your divorce, whatever. So be honest with yourself about what's happening here and figure it out. Colombia, huh? Now, you said there's shows to do in foreign countries. Have you ever checked out Colombia?
No, I gotta.
I'll just get Magic Mike on the phone. My agent, super agent Magic Mike Criscolo.
I know Mike. He's a great.
Good guy.
Hey, Stavvy baby. I have a bit of a question for you. So, my best friend since middle school, she's been dating her boyfriend for about a year now, and they recently found out that he may be the father to a 1-year-old. So, a bit more context. We're all 21. This lady, he hooked up with her 2 weeks before he got together with my best friend.
Convenient timing.
He's been telling her that it was a party. They were both drunk. He didn't use a condom, but he busted on her back. I don't think that exonerates him, but it makes him feel better.
Babe, please. I pulled out and painted her shit. That's fucking awesome to use the term busted on her back in a paternity argument with your current girlfriend.
I don't know how this happened.
How could this have happened? I nutted on her cheeks.
But it makes him feel better. But the only reason this is coming up now is because there's been a guy claiming the baby as his own, but he recently found out that the baby mama doesn't actually know who the real father is, and she was keeping it a secret from him. So he blew the fuck up out of that relationship. And so it's between 3 guys that the baby daddy could be, because he fucked 3 guys all in the same week, and my best friend's boyfriend
busted on Meryl's back.
Pierce Brosnan's like, oh, I swear she swallowed it. We'd had so much ouzo.
Relationship. And so it's between 3 guys that the baby daddy could be, because she fucked 3 guys all in the same week, and my best friend's boyfriend being included. Now, this isn't some sort of moral dilemma question, like what's the right thing to do, because I don't give a fuck. This has nothing to do with me. I only know the gory shit that my best friend tells me.
Yeah.
But our friend group is split because she's requesting that they all get paternity tests, and one of the guys the guy who was claiming the child as his own did get a paternity test, and it came back negative. So now they're down to a 50-50 shot.
Fuck.
But
I'd like to use my lifeline, Regis. Dun, 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 dun. Fuck! You're really hoping it eliminates the... Fuck, I was between those 2 already. This doesn't help me.
I'd like to phone a friend. I busted on her back. I told her that. Right when I left, that's what I said.
Oh, fuck.
Shot. But our friend group is split on what they should do. I'm on team fuck that, because they're barely making ends meet as is, and throw on child support on top of that, they would be fucked.
Respect to you.
But we have a bunch of other friends saying, no, the moral right thing to do is for that child to have a baby.
That's what they
And it's
sound like when they say it too.
Fuck that
I love
shit.
this woman. This is Machiavelli right here.
I'm just curious what you would do, what your thoughts are. In a little more funny context, the baby has blonde hair, blue eyes, and that is what my best friend's boyfriend has, and the
man.
other guy has black hair, brown eyes,
Oh, no.
which I know the recessive gene bullshit. But I'm
Damn,
just
these
curious what your
motherfuckers-
guys' take is on it.
These motherfuckers
Love you.
start-
And I'm also a Patreon subscriber, so do with that as you wish.
Thank you. This is a great call. And by the way, this is what I'm talking about. Our goal for this show is to eventually become the new generation Maury Povich.
Yeah.
I would kill to reveal this live. If you guys, it's probably
She
too
said, you
late.
bust on my back the first time.
Yeah.
There was a second time.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to ask him that.
He busted thrice.
I would love to ask him after the lie detector, did you bust on her back? To see if he's even lying about that. This is incredible. I wish we could reveal this.
Bring him in.
I would love
We
that.
him
should
in.
start just planning this.
Oh
as a,
my
as a
god, dude! I
little
want to
series.
do this so bad.
No, okay.
Like
so
I've
you
never
wanted,
wanted anything
so you
more.
want to do it. You want to do it, but like, so you're here, and you're.
No,
gonna
I would get a sound stage.
No, sure. It
would do it the right
wasn't
way.
the production cost I was concerned about.
Okay.
So then you're gonna be there, and this new couple, or this guy is gonna find out if this child, who's either way, the child has lost,
That child's toast. Unfortunately, yes.
and your job is to make it light and fun. And you're witnessing a
Someone's life get
deep
ruined.
human moment.
Yeah.
You don't think there's a party that go, oh, this show, I don't know if this is how we should be handling it.
Look, man, it's
And then
powerful.
you show the kid, you want to see how mommy met daddy? We have a tape of it.
Look, these are all consenting adults. I think it would be a powerful moment. I think it's more about exposing this humanity.
Today's theme is you're busted.
Look. Some of the power. My canvas is not the stage. I'm not in a wheelchair pretending to have cerebral palsy. I'm on a sound stage
Who am I to
saying
judge?
which white trash person is a father. And then watching their faces as they have the realization. That's a beautiful moment. And I'm also tipping my cap to the greats, Maury Povich. Some of the best television that's ever been.
Yes.
That's ever been created. And, I'll admit, I've never for even 1 second considered the moral implications until you brought them to me, Gianmarco. But ultimately, I feel like
Is the kid there?
kid's a baby who, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Kids,
He's gotta
kids
be
in the
there.
back.
Yeah, he's gotta
Kids in
be
the
in the
back,
back.
we show them because you got to compare. You put the baby picture and you put the picture of the two dads and you compare.
And the audience goes,
Exactly. And then maybe one of them gets up, he's like, look, Maury, he's got his eyes. You know that? I mean, these are classic beats.
Yes,
You should,
yes.
if you want a good time, go to YouTube and just check out some of You Are Not the Fathers.
He died recently, right?
No, he retired.
Oh, he retired. I definitely watched some clips when he retired.
And you know what breaks my heart? My brother's bachelor party. He retired 2 weeks before it. I was going to get us because it's in Connecticut.
Oh,
I was going to get us
that would be
tickets
so cool.
to go see Maury
That was
live, and it was
devastating.
he retired 2 weeks before my brother's bachelor party. We ended up going to a Nets game and to WWE SmackDown.
That's
still
fun.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
Now to the question here. I mean, you are so in the wrong. It's crazy. I respect you. This is she's got like a very real politique. Look at this. This is Machiavelli. This is like, look, we don't where we're at now. They don't have to look after this child. If they take this test, there's a 50-50 chance they have to look after this child.
Is the bustee asking for the test to be done?
I think so.
Okay, she's asking. You didn't wear a condom.
This is
I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
First, there's no way if you are the father, if you are so confident you busted on her back,
right.
you can't be the father. What do you have to worry about?
Well, I don't know that that's true. Unfortunately,
A
little pre-cum could do the trick.
Oh, a little pre-cum, sure.
How quickly? How did you get the whole nut on her back?
Yeah.
How far up the vertebrae did you shoot? Was it close to? Did you go cheeks? Did some of it drip down? I'm not a gynecologist. I can't tell you
course.
these things.
You know, Dexter does the splatter scene out of the blood.
Absolutely.
So how are you standing? How big's your dick?
Yeah, we do. That'll be our little twist on our Moriel. This is we do the jizz reconstruction, the jizz
And then
splatter.
you bring out the thing, and then you turn on the black light, and that's the big like.
Yeah.
Oh my! The back. You hit the back. You hit the knee. You hit the ear. This is chaos, sir.
Yeah, your fucking shot wasn't as strong as you thought it was. It was more of a dribble.
You got to get the.
Come on,
You
what
got
are
to
you
get
talking
the test
about here? I love that I'm charmed by our caller. I think you're a great storyteller. You kept us wrapped. I love that you, as a performer, sort of a weaker panel would be swayed by sort of your hints at who's the good guy and who's the bad guy.
The recessive gene, but fuck that.
Yeah.
That's why the first bus was so, because it came like, oh wow, you speak like this too.
Yeah.
It was real nice.
But let's be honest, the guy.
Your friend, by the way, can break like. Yeah, they've been dating a year.
This isn't your friend's problem.
Yeah.
Also,
this
it's
is his
like,
problem.
There is a such thing as moral. What's morally right?
She doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she does. But why don't? This is interesting because you started saying you don't give a fuck, but you clearly actually do. You really give a fuck about your friend's economic situation, and basically her boyfriend having to pay child support would really ruin
And you
that.
mentioned the hair and the blue eyes because you know
in your heart.
I'm a little confused, like because she said one of the guys is like kind of has assumed he's assuming the kid is his.
There was three guys. The first guy,
Yep.
he would be the guy that when it wasn't him in Maury, he would start crying. Right? That's who he is. He thought it was his kid the whole time. He probably didn't know she fucked 2 other guys that week. He's probably like thrilled to be a dad. Of course, God doesn't exist and he's a piece of shit. So it's not his kid, right? That's the easiest thing. It could have been his kid. No harm, no foul. Everybody goes on with their life.
That's
no.
like, if God exists, he's got to answer a lot of the stuff. He's like, I'm a trickster.
Yeah. So it's not his kid. He's out, right?
Right.
He already took the test. He's out.
People will say like, God is a dramatist. God is a mechanic. God is a Maury fan.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. God knows what we need to make good TV, and that's these kinds of fucking.
So we got these other 2 guys.
And she wants there's 2 guys left, and basically she wants them to take tests. Look, dude, your friend probably had a kid. It sucks.
Friend's boyfriend again.
Friend's
boyfriend. So,
and that's the other thing. I'm not clear on why you're so invested.
You don't want your friend to be with a guy who's not willing to do this test,
right? What happens when your friend gets? You assume that because they're together, he would be with her. You don't know that. This guy, and also it's like you really don't fucking matter here. Your girlfriend only kind of does. But you're like, really, it's about this woman. Really, it's about this kid, right? So you want this kid to not have a dad, so your friend.
People think morality matters in a case-by-case basis, but it's more if someone lacks morality, it will come to bite you in the ass later.
Sure,
if you surround yourself with not immoral people, this might be convenient, but someday that lack of character will hurt your friend.
That's a great way to look at it. That's absolutely true. It's like, yeah, even if you get away with this, that's just how this guy behaves. That's also how your friend wants him to behave. That's how maybe the 3 of you are pieces of shit. This is the other thing that I'm coming up with. As much as I like you, and you are very fun the way you told this.
You're just worried about your friend, and I get it. And it's clouding your judgment in this moment.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah.
He should take the test. There's definitely been times in my life where I've been staring straight into the ceiling and being like, why did I do that? What if I get a call in 4 weeks? And I've dodged those bullets, but I've been like, if it happened to me, my life's changed forever, but I have a kid now. You know what I mean? Luckily I don't behave that way anymore. I certainly have more to lose these days. I was busting all willy-nilly where there really wasn't much to come after me for. But now it's like, you have to take responsibility. As Maury would say, put a cap on it.
I don't know how you dealt with that anxiety. I'm a condom guy, and only once, like this woman, she was fucking me. She took the condom off and then went back on.
Oh yeah,
that's
tough to argue against.
Yeah,
in the moment,
I go like, if I had 7 more days to think it over, I think I would have made a different decision.
Also, to go from condom to no condom, it's just like, wow, you hit the NOS button on this shit. We're cruising now.
I could have called some friends and be like, is this a good idea? Yeah. But it was like I had 1 second, and I said...
You have 1 second.
I didn't tell.
The most genetically awesome feeling you can have. Millions of years of evolution are like, this is what you're born
you
to
think
do.
I'm gonna beat that in a Marriott hotel room at 2 a.m? Are you out of your mind? And the anxiety I felt. I was watching her. She lived in Europe, and I would watch her Instagram stories. Like I was waiting, honestly, and then she was at a party drinking. I was like, okay, I think safe, or I'm an even worse than I thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've made some really, really horrible decisions in my life, and they've kept me up, and so far, I haven't paid for them, but we'll see. But that could all change at any moment.
That's how it should end in a just world.
Oh,
you
true.
test them, and they say we ran one more test. It's your child.
Yeah, that is how I would pay for it.
Yeah,
and you know what? That's fine. Sacrifice me on the altar of "you are not the father" content. Those are the higher ideals I care about. That's what I'm willing to give my life for. We've had some great questions. What else we got, Eldest?
Hey, Stavvy, an esteemed guest. So my buddy has a bachelor party that we're planning, and we're going to go to Tampa because he says he wants to gamble and go to full nude strip clubs.
Okay.
But he's inviting this guy, like we can call him Mark, and I met Mark in high school. He transferred in my sophomore year because he had been public school his whole life, and he knows all the friends in the friend group because they grew up in the same neighborhood together. And, like, in high school, I never liked him. He just gave off that super annoying, like, homeschooled, conservative Christian energy. Mm-hmm. And he's done, like, a lot of dumb shit. Like, in high school, he worked with my brother's now wife, girlfriend at the time, and was texting her saying we should fuck. We ended up having to live together in college because we needed a fourth roommate. And he would accuse us of just, like, fucking with his stuff, drugging him. Like, he would scare all the girls that we were hanging out with.
Oh, no.
And then I remember after college,
him
and I got in a fight over social media because I reposted something about a school shooting. And he tried to claim that the shooter was a liberal and that it was all lies by the liberal media.
Guy sounds awesome.
Like, just absolute piece of shit. And then last year, our other friend had a bachelor party at his parents' beach house, and he was there. First thing that he did when he walked in is shows everyone the gun that he brought.
Gun?
And then one night...
He brought a gun to a fucking bachelor party? Oh, man.
The gun that he brought. And then one night, we were playing a poker game, and we all decided that we were done playing. So he goes, oh, yeah? Well, what you guys don't know is I've been hiding chips this whole time. And lifts up a fucking napkin to show a bunch of chips that he claimed he won. And we were all just like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. Everyone keep your money since he's doing this. Well, he went into a full spaz when we said we're not going to pay him. And he, like, went outside, started throwing shit around.
Hiding chips? This guy's... Why does he keep getting invites?
He went into a full spaz when we said we're not going to pay him. And he, like, went outside, started throwing shit around. And then he, like, came back inside. We're all sitting on the couch. And he just sits there and stares at us like he wants to fight us.
And he's got a gun.
So after that, everyone in the friend group was in agreement, like, he's not going to be invited. My friend is now saying that he learned in church that he should forgive him and is going to invite him. And I'm like, dude, you have any idea how dumb it is to say, I learned that God would want me to forgive him so we can go gamble and go to full nude strip clubs together. So basically, I'm stuck and I don't know if I want to spend all this money to go on this trip, if this guy is just going to be there and going to ruin it. Mm-hmm. So, any advice on what I should do? Thank you.
Wow. I mean, this is nuts. How does this guy keep getting invites to stuff? This is classic.
He likes him, though. There's no, listen, you don't go to church and go, oh, I should forgive all people. He likes this guy. Yeah. Your friend likes this guy for some reason.
I mean, that is what it comes down to, is that, like, if you and other friends have been like, we hate this guy. Yeah. He's not coming to anything else. And this guy's like, it's my bachelor party and I want him there. And you're right. The God shit is so stupid.
Yeah, I just think it's like he's saying like God said we should forgive, so you guys should be cool.
Right. And look, dude, unfortunately, we get this call a lot, but it's like there are times in your life where people drop off, right? There's like this guy, I have friends like this from college Where it was just like, but when you're 19 and you're just getting fucked up, or even when you're like 20 and you have your first off-campus house and it's like, oh yeah, there's a guy, he brought a gun to my... When you're a kid, you're like, it wasn't annoying when he brought a gun to my house.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, you're like, that was stupid, and you go back playing GameCube. If somebody brought a gun to my house now, I'd be like, leave or I'm calling the police. You know what I mean? Like, or who I didn't like anyway. I mean, if it was a cool guy with a cool gun, maybe it's different. But like, it's taken longer for your friend group to fracture, and maybe they're younger. Maybe they're generally, it sounds like, from a conservative place. Maybe you're getting married younger. He never said how old he was. He sounded kind of young. To us godless East Coast liberals, bachelor parties happen when you're 37, but for you they're probably happening when you're 24, right?
That's so true.
So it's like, when, like, this just might be your friend group splintering. You know, like, because you have to decide. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, this guy fucking sucks. I wouldn't want to go to a bachelor party where this guy is there.
No way.
And so I would be like, all right, man, hey, you want this guy? Like, I'd still probably go to the wedding because the wedding's different.
For sure.
But I'd be like, I'm not spending. Especially
it's about the spending. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of sacrifice. I think if you love this friend and he goes, this is my boy, you have to confront if you really love this friend too.
Yeah,
bachelor parties are important. I had like a friend where I went to the bachelor party. It was like a little early in the friendship, and the fact that I went, I think, solidified becoming really good friends.
Right. That can happen.
But if you're spending money, I think part of being adult is making clear what you don't want to do. And maybe your friend needs to learn that too. Maybe he likes this guy, but he brings a lot of pain to people. It's like, you got to hang out with this guy separately.
Yeah, true.
You know?
I mean, there's definitely times in my life where if Eldest got married at certain ages, I would have been like, you're bringing this fucking guy, Eldest. You know what I mean? And I think probably at that age, what I would have done was just make it everyone's problem that I was annoyed. Like, I would have been part of the problem too, you know? But
if he likes that guy, it's probably a reflection off the person he is too.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's like, this guy is coming is probably an idiot. Your friend is a fucking piece of shit also, probably.
He's like, we're going to pick up the poker game right where we left off.
He was like, the guy, he had a smart strategy of hiding chips. You have to
We're going to give everyone a napkin.
Yeah,
once
now,
again.
okay, to level the playing field, everyone gets a napkin.
I 1,000,000%, life is short. I'm not going on this party.
And you hate him.
You hate him.
You could just tell from his story. You hate this guy. You don't want to go to this thing.
Especially in today's political climate. If he had that problem with that shooting thing back then, that's all the goddamn conversation is going to be about right now.
Can you imagine?
This guy, want to talk about Jimmy
this guy's
Kimmel
doing
for the next
fucking push-ups and looking at a fucking picture of Charlie Kirk right now. He's in his garage doing assisted dips, being like, they have no idea what they've unleashed. I don't. You can't fucking. This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, unless you can enjoy the chaos of being around this person. But I agree, if they have a gun, that makes the chaos less enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, in this, I didn't even think about the political climate.
Oh my god,
a guy like this now might be #1 worst guy to be around. I don't think he can do it, man. I don't know. But look, at the end of the day, it's your decision. But again, the spending. If I'm spending like $1,000. And it's like time off, weekend. Like, I mean, how close are you? How close is this guy? How close is your friend? Like, but
don't let this is my problem with the religion stuff. Is ask your friend, why do you want this guy to come? God says to forgive. I go, okay,
I forgave him. I don't like him as a guy.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not mad at him. I just don't want to see him anymore.
Forgive and invite him to the bachelor party. That's not part of the tenet.
No.
Forgiveness is not the same as welcoming in.
Well, yeah, he's not back in. That's a great point. Forgiveness means like a lot of times forgiveness is for yourself more than anything.
Forgiveness is he still gets to go to the fucking wedding.
Yeah, exactly. That guy's gonna skip the wedding. He's like, nah, I'm good. I just want to go to the strip club, which it does sound pretty. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good.
He's gonna wear a Charlie Kirk T-shirt to the wedding.
Yeah, damn, dude, gambling in his full nude strip club. We got to get that going. We never went to a strip club on tour.
We did not.
Where were we thinking about it? Portland.
Probably
that's where we went. We went to a vegan strip club in Portland on my podcast tour.
If we had another night in Portland, I think we probably would have gone. Oh wait,
probably Portland. I think it did get batted around in a couple cities.
I think I had some other stuff going on actually. Now that I think about it, in Portland, but we only had one. Yeah, we got to hit it up next. I mean,
it's stressful. My girlfriend, she goes, go to strip clubs, and I'm like, I swear you don't know what's going on in here.
Yeah,
I swear, there's no way.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here. I'm like, if you were here, we'd have a long conversation after.
Totally. What's the who? Were you touring with? What was the crew?
Russell?
Okay, cool.
Russell, and then my producer, who we've known each other a long time, but she's a woman, and we're sitting at this strip club, and the woman like flips over, and it's like pussy right in my face. And like I'm like I know Tova does not know what this is what it is, and I'm doing like one of these.
Yeah.
And my producer, my employee is here, and I'm like, I don't know the rules.
Yeah.
I am HR right now too.
That's the beauty of the downsides of hiring your stupid friends is that they go on vacation while you're also in Europe. But the upsides are no one's suing you for HR. This is a very old school type of organization here at Stavvy Baby Enterprises.
The Lizzo, that was the thing.
I made Eldest eat a banana out of a guy's ass. I made JP eat a banana out of Eldest's ass.
And it wasn't even at a club. It was like on stage.
Oh, fuck. All right, you got something fun for us to go out on here, Big Eld? And by the way, did we even say at any point that you have a special out? We talked about it before.
Out on YouTube, Thief of Joy. It's on my YouTube for free.
We should have said that. Go see. I think maybe we did. We'll put something in the beginning. Go see. Yeah, watch it. Pause this now. Go watch this. In fact, go back in time when this episode started.
Yeah.
Watch the special then. Tell your friends about it. Yeah, go watch Gianmarco's special, Thief of Joy. We'll link it and everything on his YouTube right now.
Thanks, brother.
Here's a little silly one.
Hey, Stav and Eldest, big fan of the show. Hello, guests. I have a quick etiquette question. Tonight, I was out walking my dog, and I ran into this woman who had another dog. And our dogs were kind of getting to know each other. And I noticed that her nipple was hanging out of her tank top. Now, I acknowledged that after we talked for like a minute or two. I said, hey, just so you know, you might want to fix your top. And she kind of looked at it, fixed it. And anyway, it was kind of weird. I'm wondering if I did the right thing by acknowledging it, if I should have just said nothing. I thought before I said anything to her, and I kind of let it hang for a second because I felt awkward bringing it up. But anyway, would love to hear your thoughts, and take care.
This is very funny.
This is a really good etiquette question.
Yeah.
Because there's one scenario you don't say anything, and she gets home later and goes, that fucking creep.
That creep.
Just let my nipple
and
hang out there.
And in her head, she's like imagining all the times you were looking at her tit. You know, even if you weren't that much, it's going to seem like you were.
I think you have to. I think you did the right thing. There's no good scenario. I did this acting camp once, and there was a teacher showing his headstands, and he had a tear in his yoga pants right where like his asshole was.
Awesome.
And all of us saw it, and we're all sitting there, and we didn't say anything. We come to class the next day. He goes, I was very disappointed in you guys yesterday. The class immediately right after you notified me that there was a tear in my pants, and not a single one of you mentioned it. And it taught me a lesson that do the uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
You're in a bad scenario.
Yes. Unfortunately, yes. The true answer here is the quicker you notice, the time between noticing and telling, you want it as short as possible.
But what if it's right away? Okay, so I'm walking a dog. You're the guy. I'm the girl.
Hey,
what kind of dog is that?
Oh, you might want to fix your top. Hey, sorry, not to be rude or anything, but you might want to fix your top. Like, that's ideal because you're not making it weird at all. It's a pure. But now, no one's like that. You'd have to be a machine to see a titty. First of all, you're like, nice. There's a part of you that's just like, sick, right? You have to get rid of that, shake that off.
Memorize it.
You know what I mean? You have to be like, no, not nice. We're in a weird, because usually when you're seeing a tit, it's always cool.
Of course.
So your brain is like, cool.
A random,
we're looking at it, the woman's tit is out, I'm either at a strip club, I'm going to fuck this lady. Something cool is about to happen, right?
Yes.
You're in a random time where or you see a titty you don't want to see and it's not cool. It's an old lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're at a fucking public pool and an old lady's tits slip out. Whatever.
You're gonna need her to help her put it back in.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna you're helping care for your grandmother. You know, like
yeah.
There's very rarely do you see a cool titty in a way that you're not allowed to look at it, right? It's basically this scenario and I guess breastfeeding. Those are the two that are like, you have to be like, no, it's not cool.
But there is a point where if you've waited too long, you need to act like you just saw it.
Yes.
Because if there's even a momentary thought that you've grappled with the question for a minute.
You can't at the end of it be like, oh, and by the way,
yeah,
you might want to check your, you know what I mean?
Yes,
You don't want to do that. Right?
Yes, I would be talking. If I notice it, I'm grappling. Oh my God,
This is where the acting classes come in. You got to look shocked.
I'm like, I need a wheelchair. And then I go, oh,
wow. You got to really sell it.
I would do it.
Yes, I think the absolute best case scenario is like completely nonchalantly, as if you're like your flies down. You'd be like, oh, your tits out. Not tit out, but like, oh, fix your top. I think you handled it really good.
Yeah, I think. But like, don't do. Oh, is it nips out day?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I had no idea.
Didn't get the memo, fucking bitch. Don't do that. You did a pretty good job. The reality is you want to do it as quick as possible, but it's hard.
I fear that you said it in a way where you're like, also, just so you know, in a way that made it clear that you've been sitting with it for a bit.
And look, you could be like, this is a little awkward, but you might want to fix your top. Because it is a little awkward. It's not your fault her tit is out. You were just trying to be a fucking good... This guy sounds pretty innocent here. He's just kind of making small talk with another... Dog. I'm not a dog guy, but dog people love talking about their dogs to each other.
Of course, because they can't talk to their dog about it.
Yeah.
They need to share it.
Right.
They have so many private stories that they experienced alone. Totally, they need to get it off their chest.
So yeah, dude, you did the right thing, but in general, I think with things like this, the quicker you're about it, and the more, and again, you can acknowledge it's a little weird. It's fine because it is a little weird, but it's not your fault. It's your fault if you make it fucking weird. If you're like. Nice. Oh, and by the way, sweetheart, that titty's been peeking at me this whole conversation.
I'm trying to think if my dick was out, and like if someone told me 3 minutes into the conversation like how I'd feel, I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, if one of your nuts is coming out of your shorts.
Yeah.
You are eligible. You're one of the few men who's eligible to show cock by accident. Because you do like a nice short.
It's true. It's true. We have to check the pictures sometimes. I'm like, oh my God. They asked that for Tonight Show. He was like, just make sure you're wearing underwear that doesn't. I was like, don't worry.
Hilarious.
Don't worry. That'd be insane.
That would be so funny to show cock on the Tonight Show.
I think guys that wear short shorts, that's how you know, like, they're probably, it's average at best.
They're okay to show cock.
No, I think the opposite. They're feeling safe.
Interesting.
They're feeling fine. They're not concerned.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it is funny to think about a guy who's had to worry about.
Look at both of us. We're both wearing these shorts.
Yeah.
You ever see someone on the show wearing pants? You know they're packing.
Hard. With the exception of Elders, who is wearing pants, but his dick is little.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I'd like to say Elders' dick is little, for the record.
By the way, your dick's been out this whole time.
Oh, I know.
He's been slow stroking his shit this whole time. But yeah, you did the right thing, man.
You did the right thing. It's awkward. If she likes you, it'll be a funny moment.
Yeah.
And if she thinks you're ugly, she's just gonna think you're a creep. There's nothing
yeah. There's actually no. True. The reality is, are you ugly? Because if you are, you handled it wrong. If you're hot, you handled it great.
You should have never said anything. Walked the other way. Because if you're ugly, she thinks that you somehow did it.
So how's it going? HR meme?
Yeah. The HR meme, absolutely. All right. Well, good luck, little buddy. Gianmarco, thanks for doing the show, brother.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Yep. Guys, go watch the special. I'm sure you're touring. Whatever, go see him live. See us live.
Yeah, Podcast The Downside. If you have to a podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.